Looking up and down this roster, it is heavily improved for the Arizona Cardinals, and genuinely, I think we are going to take a massive leap. If you've been following the channel, you know that already. Under Jonathan Gannon and Monti Ossenfort, this team has seemed to blossom into a completely different unit, and the culture shift has been ridiculous. We've had people like Nick Bosa from the San Francisco 49ers come out and say that this team is no longer the pretty boy football, and they are smash mouth, and they are dangerous, they are tough, and they are going to be way better. George Kittle came out and said, you gotta give props to us. Like, there's a lot of things that are going right for this team. I also have a video covering that exact topic last year. If you want to check it out, go ahead and do that. When it comes to getting better, that means the players are getting better. And here are 3 people that we are going to be going over today that I think are poised for a breakout season. Before I get started, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below who your 3 players are that you think are going to have fantastic seasons and are going to break out on the scene. And if there's more than 3, drop them all. I would love to see it. Let's get right into it though with player number 1. I have BJ Ojulari. Ojulari missed the spring training last year with a hamstring injury, and he was out for the first couple games, and he came back a little rusty and kind of had little to no impact. And not only that, but he also wasn't getting insane rotation time until the back end of the season. And looking overall, he only had a 37% snap count, which compared to the outside linebackers on this team, let's just use Dennis Gardeck and Victor Dimukeje for example. I mean, he was literally tied with Victor, and with Dennis Gardeck, he was 9% lower. I don't think this is going to be the case going forward, because I think he is going to be a starter alongside Zaven Collins, and I think that he is poised for a massive season this year. Ojulari didn't post crazy stats last year. He finished with 4 sacks, which is okay, 23 solo tackles, 40 total on the year with 1 pass deflection. And honestly, for a rookie season, I will genuinely take that, especially for a guy coming off a hammy injury. And looking at the games that he shined in, you know, it wasn't consistent numbers. He had 2 sacks against Atlanta, 1 in Baltimore, and then after that, he kind of disappeared. I'm not gonna lie. But he didn't have that training camp to get him involved, and he really never got comfortable in the system. So going into year 2, fully healthy with a chance to break out, I think he's gonna get right. This is gonna be his 2nd year. He was a rookie coming into the league. Outside linebacker is one of the hardest positions in the NFL to play. So going into 2024, I think with him being a lot more comfortable under Nick Rallis' defense, he is gonna have a nasty season, and I think he is going to double his sacks and have a more consistent production. And I think that is mainly due to him actually getting playing time. I don't think he's gonna have a 37% snap count. I think it is going to be higher than 55, hopefully higher than 60. Again, we got some players like Zaven Collins, Victor Dimukeje, and Dennis Gardeck, but I think BJ Ojulari is far above them, and I think he has a chance to be a fantastic outside linebacker in this league, and I think 2024 is his year. And I want to say Greg Dortch for player number 2, but I already made a video about that, so I'm going to go ahead and shift it to somebody else, and I'm going to say Michael Wilson is poised for a breakout season as well. Last year, he had Josh Dobbs as his quarterback for the first like 10 to 11 weeks with Clayton Tune for one of them, and even then, he posted up great numbers. With Josh Dobbs, he had a game, 2 receptions, 2 targets, 86 yards. San Francisco, 7 receptions, 7 targets, 76 yards, 2 tuds. He also had a couple games like 4 receptions, 62 yards with 6 for 58 as well. I mean, those are pretty good stats, and he did get hurt last year, which was very unfortunate. He missed a couple games. He only played in 13, and when it comes to Michael Wilson, injuries are genuinely the one thing that will hold him back in his career. That is the one knock that I have. If Michael Wilson can stay durable though, I am telling you guys, he is going to be an absolute problem. When it comes to the contested catch, when it comes to just going up and making a play, Michael Wilson is that guy. And with Kyler Murray, who is not afraid to take shots, this is a match made in heaven. When Kyler came back, it really felt like they had no connection whatsoever. I mean, obviously, when you don't get practice reps, when you don't have spring training, when you literally have no chance to connect with a wide receiver, it is impossible to naturally come in here and connect. There's a reason Tom Brady would take these guys into spring before the offseason even started, before all that, and just get reps, show them how they like the routes to be ran. And it's all about timing. You don't have timing in the NFL, you're not going to win games. So I'm sure in this offseason so far that Kyler Murray and Michael Wilson actually have a lot more chemistry, and Kyler's going to trust him a lot more. His connection's going to be way sharper, and it was Kyler Murray's first year under center ever in his career, dating back to college, dating back to high school. He was a shotgun player. He was in air raid. He was with Cliff Kingsbury, literally taking shotgun snaps the entire game, never under center. So that was an adjustment period for him as well. So it gets Kyler comfortable, and I think Michael Wilson is going to benefit greatly from this. And the crazy thing is, Michael Wilson had a pretty productive season last year, 38 receptions, 565 yards, 3 touchdowns with inconsistent play. Now, he is the wide receiver 2 on this team with Marvin Harrison slotted in as the X, and I think he's also going to benefit to that greatly because he is no longer the wide receiver 1. It was Hollywood Brown last year, but he was injured, so Michael Wilson had to step up in a lot of games in the back end of the season. And when you pair him with Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Greg Dortch with James Conner, man, this offense is going to be scary, and Michael Wilson is going to have a fantastic year. I could easily see him eclipse over 850 yards and 6 touchdowns easily. Keep your eyes out for him. And going to the third player that I think is poised to break out is no other than Sean Murphy Bunting. Now, this could be considered an interesting pick, but he is 26 years old, kind of had a downward spiral after leaving Tampa Bay, and was never able to find his groove. In Tennessee, people were saying he was buns. I had people DMing me on Twitter saying you should not be happy with this signing. It is not good for you. He is burnt toast. Watching him in Tennessee was terrible. But I am banking on the upside potential of Sean Murphy Bunting, and I am fine with him being our corner 1. What people don't realize is that Super Bowl experience does matter. The winning mentality does matter, and I believe he has adapted to that. I think he has that Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning in his blood. He was a teammate of Tom Brady, got to see how the GOAT practiced against him every single day for 2 or 3 years, and I think he's going to bring some great presence to this locker room that already consists of Buda Baker and Jalen Thompson. I think it's going to allow Buda to shine with the corners we have this year. He's going to be great in run support, and he's going to be a lot better. I guarantee it. Our secondary was just weak. He had to cover a lot of the gaps, and I think Sean Murphy Bunting's going to come in here and be a lockdown, if not lockdown, a very above average corner for us at the very minimum, and I think he's going to come in here and surprise a lot of people. He's what Malcolm Butler should have been for the Cardinals. If you guys remember that signing, yeah, it was bad. Malcolm Butler, obviously a lot older than Sean Murphy Bunting is, which is crazy because it seems like he is a lot older than 26. Like, he is entering his prime of football, getting great coaches on his team, and they're going to be able to develop him and guide him into the right direction. And I think he is a very smart football player with high instincts. So when he has a great year and is locking down your number 1 receiver, I mean, come back to this video. I am putting it into the world right now, putting it into the internet, and that is going to be my third pick. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below how you guys are feeling about my picks. Do you think I'm spot on? Is there a player you disagree with? Do you agree with all 3? And if I miss out on somebody, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below who that player is and why you feel like they are poised for a breakout. I'm all open for discussion. If you're a fan of another team as well and you think one player is going to break out that I should keep my eye out for, let me know down in the comment section below as well. I would love to have insight on other teams as well. So if you think a player is on your team and he's just ready to explode, let me know. And if you guys are new to the channel and ended up enjoying today's video, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content, so if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But like I said, man, that is all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.